the wokest Bond film ever. Because that's what we all want. Hey guys, welcome to another video, and yes, welcome to another James Bond talk. Yes, I remember a few months ago I talked about the new James Bond update. Now I'm talking about some new details that have came out in the past week and stuff, and yeah, I apologize if you hear snoring in the background. That's my cousin in the other room. He's staying the night, and he's a little tired. It's 2 in the morning, but yes, don't mind that if you can hear that. I can hear it, but I don't know if you guys can hear it. But anyways, I digress. New details came in off of the new James Bond movie, and they're a lot worse than I thought they were going to be, and it already looked really woke and really PC, but now it's looking really bad. I think this is not only going to be the worst Bond film, I think it actually might destroy the franchise. Like, it just like Terminator Dark Fate did. And I know everyone's saying, because the people that defended the James Bond movie, my last time I did this topic, everyone said the same. Most people said the same thing. Like, you haven't seen the movie, so you can't judge it, which is a fair argument. But just everything that we've got from like all the press and all the hidden stuff we got and what people are telling us about the movie, we have every right to predict and anticipate it. And I'm not anticipating this film. It doesn't look good. And plus, I was right about Terminator Dark Fate. Terminator Dark Fate looked terrible, and it was a terrible film, so I was right about that. Even Lady and the Tramp, I was right about that. Even Charlie's Angels, it looks like shit, and it probably is going to be shit. And this new Bond film looks like crap, and it probably will be crap. Especially all the stuff they keep giving us from the press. And they did an interview with Daniel Craig, and Daniel Craig even said in the interview he's very nervous for this film to come out. And he says it might be a good nervous, but I think it's a bad nervous. I think he is a little scared to actually say what he means because, it's a very PC culture we live in nowadays. So I think he should be very nervous because he might single-handedly, with all the filmmakers and the writers and everything, might just take down James Bond for good. I thought View to a Kill or Octopussy might do that, but apparently this one's going to do it. Just by the title alone, it feels like they might kill James Bond. They might not. They might not. It might be just a title. It could be wrong. That's just speculation, but I feel like they're going to, and they're going to pass it to Lashana Lynch. Even though they did change her code name, she's now 001 because of the backlash. They had to change that, but I feel like they're still going to go that original route because feminism! That's what we want, people. That's what we want. Even though there's already cool female characters in James Bond, we want a female Bond. Even though Moneypenny is great, and Eva Green was fantastic in Casino Royale, and Judi Dench was great. Great kick-ass women. Not good enough, though. Not good enough. And apparently, according to the news, they're going to be making fun of Bond. Almost the whole movie, the culture of Bond, the past of Bond. They're just going to be making fun of him. Imagine how stupid that is, watching a James Bond film, and just the whole movie is these women making fun of him and make him look like an idiot the whole time. That doesn't sound like a very appealing film. The reason we watch James Bond is escapism, and he's a cool badass, and he's what like a lot of guys want to be and stuff, and like he's just a cool guy. He's very suave. He's very charming. He also does have a lot of heart. He's not this asshole that like a lot of women think he is. He isn't. Yes, he's a bit of a womanizer, but he does still have a heart. He saved a lot of people's lives. He saved the world, I don't know, hundreds of times. So he is a very good person still inside, and he still does care about these women. Like, look at On Her Majesty's Secret Service. He fell in love and got married. In Casino Royale, he was going to give up everything to be with Eva Green. Like, James Bond still has feelings, and in this one, looks like he got married, which is great. But apparently in this one, this girl, there's a scene where he's in bed with her, and he's like, "Hello, Mrs. Bond." She's like, "Actually, it's Miss Swan. It's Miss Swan." No, I don't want to take it. I don't want to take a man's name. Like, I get, like, keeping your own last name. That's fine. That's perfectly... There's nothing wrong with keeping your last name. But the way they're doing it, it's very, like, man-bashing. There's nothing wrong with taking someone's name. If you don't want to, that's perfectly fine. You have every right to not take someone's name. But taking someone's name, it's not a bad thing. That's not a toxic masculinity thing. That's not a feminist issue, really. I don't see what the big deal is. And I can tell they're doing that to just bash James Bond and demean him all the more. I feel like in this movie, James Bond's going to be just this bumbling idiot that constantly probably makes mistakes, and the women have to help him out. Apparently, all these side women are all helping him. They're smarter than him and better than him. They make all his gadgets. It basically is just James Bond surrounded by all these girls who are better than him. They're better James Bonds than him. Even though James Bond is like the world's greatest spy, but apparently not according to these women. Like, wow. And apparently they said this is going to be the most politically correct James Bond. Because they said this film is directly attacking toxic masculinity, and they're taking all masculinity out of the film. There's nothing wrong with masculinity. There's nothing wrong with that. For some reason in this world we live in, and people are watching these feminazis talk, and they're watching that stupid stand-up comedian, what's her name? What's her name? Hannah Gatsby, is that her name? With her comedy and shit. Like, people are listening to these fucking idiots, and they think masculinity is a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with masculinity. Masculinity has existed since the dawn of man and dawn of mankind. Like, masculinity has always existed. Masculinity has helped our culture and helped fight wars and helped win wars and shit like that. And masculinity has made movies cool and awesome. Like, sure, yes, there's been a lot of things with demeaning women in films and culture, and it's wrong. I 100% agree with feminists on that. That is very wrong. You shouldn't demean women. You shouldn't make them just idiots and cliched characters. Like, I get that. But it doesn't mean you have to dumb a guy down and just demean him and basically castrate the fucking guy. Like I don't understand that, and I don't understand how masculinity is a bad thing. Like, everyone's like, oh, it's so toxic masculinity and shit like that. I don't really believe in toxic masculinity. Yes, there's some douchey people, horrible people, bad guys out there, but masculinity is masculinity. I'm sorry. And that's what James Bond is. He's a very masculine dude, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just like Arnold in a lot of his films, very masculine, or Rocky Balboa, or John Rambo. These are masculine people. Even like Han Solo and Indiana Jones, like, these have been my heroes ever since I've been a kid, and the fact that they want to change James Bond and make him this like wimpy character, it destroys everything that he represents, and I really hate that. And they're just taking away all masculinity out of James Bond. And do you know what they're going to do when they do that? Lose the entire fan base. That's the key demographic for James Bond are guys. And older guys who grew up with James Bond, who read the Ian Fleming novels, and watched the Sean Connery, the Timothy Dalton, and the Roger Moore, and the Pierce Brosnan, and yes, the Daniel Craig films. And George Lazenby, don't forget him. That's the key demographic. Usually, like, between the ages of, like, 20 and 60. Man. Like, adults and older adults. Guys. Girls watch James Bond, too, of course. I know lots of women. A lot of women are related to me that love Bond. But the key demographic is guys. So, if you're taking away all masculinity and making Bond a girl, or just ruining Bond in general, you're gonna lose the key demographic, and your movie's gonna tank and be extremely hated. And all you guys will probably do is blame it on the trolls on the internet, because that's a very popular thing to do nowadays, is when your movie fails, you just blame the trolls on the internet, or blame it on sexism or racism or shit like that. And that's not the case. It's not. You gotta stay... Okay, it's great to have diversity. It's great to have strong female characters. But you don't have to take away what the characters are that made that franchise good. You don't have to take away from that. It's kind of like Last Jedi, how they kind of took away from Luke Skywalker and gave it all to Rey. Like, you don't need to do that. You can still make Rey an interesting character. You don't have to take anything away from Luke. And same thing with this. You don't have to take away anything from Bond to make the side characters, who are probably girls, to make them interesting. You don't need to do that. But apparently when you have feminists making your movie, you have to do that. And it's wrong. It's 100% wrong. And I hate what Hollywood's doing to movies nowadays, and it's getting ridiculous and stupid. So, now excited for this Bond movie. And these details they gave me about the woke and how PC it is, it's not Bond. Like, all these people that are making this James Bond movie know nothing about James Bond. So yeah, the movie's gonna suck. That's why it's gonna suck. So yeah, those are my thoughts and opinions on James Bond. Give me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Give me your thoughts and opinions. Comment below. Let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.